Okay. All right, so our ball will be off to the side, and we're going to just start with some chest openings. Back. So we're going to take it to a Pilates V. We're going to hold our bands slightly wider than our shoulders. Relax the shoulders on the ribcage. Give a nice pull, open the chest, squeeze your back muscles, and then return home, but keep it nice and tight so it shouldn't get loosey-goosey. I'm going to inhale, open, and exhale. Grow taller as I inhale. Stay just as tall, but the belly scoops in deeper. 2 more. I inhale through the nose. Exhale. 1 more. Feel the back of the arms pressing. Feel the upper back muscles pressing. And we'll bring that band all the way up. Spine grows tall. Let's side bend to one side. Hold it here. Lock the top arm. Pull the bottom arm long. And then return it back up. And stay side bending. We'll inhale to exhale. And 1 more. We inhale to exhale and come back up. I take it to the other side. I pause. Make sure that the hip you're stretching away from is anchoring down towards your heel. I inhale to exhale. And inhale to exhale. And 1 more. And I bring myself back up. Bring the arms all the way down to your thighs. Press through the thighs and return back to chest height. I'll add a releve on this one. We'll inhale, pull through. Exhale, return. Inhale, open the chest, squeeze the back, and return. 2 more. And 1 more. Now press those arms back, stay here, and start to just give little pulses back. Little pulses back. Make sure the belly's pulling in, tail is slightly tucked, chest is proud, shoulders are mounted, and we'll go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Roll over forward, lift the toes and place them on top of the band. I'm going to walk my hands down a little further. Make sure you're scooping the belly, tucking that tail, and I'm going to slowly peel myself up from my core. I want you to side bend to one side and pull it back up. And then the other side, we side bend and pull it back up. We inhale to exhale. Feel the length in one side. Feel the strength. Inhale to exhale, and 1 more. Inhale and exhale. Take the chin to your chest. We'll peel off that imaginary wall. We'll remove the band from underneath our feet and pull ourselves back up from the core. Let's take it all the way down onto our mat. We're going to take that band nice and flat and place it behind the toes. We're going to lie all the way down. Our knees will draw in like a frog. So my heels are kissing, my toes are turned out, my elbows are planted to the floor, my shoulders are reaching long to the ribcage. On an inhale, I'm going to press my legs all the way out. On an exhale, return home, keeping your tail long and heavy. Inhale, press out. Exhale. And inhale, press out. And exhale, come back in. Inhale. On the exhale, I'm going to nod my chin to my chest and bring it back up. And now inhale out. Exhale, curl. Lengthen as you wrap your thighs. Exhale as you scoop the belly. 2 more. Inhale, press. Exhale, lift. And you never have to lift your head. Inhale. Now I'm going to hold this one in. My feet will go parallel.
I'm going to take my toes over the top edge, thighs together, and I'm going to press out and in. Inhale. Exhale. My belly scoops in and up deeper as my legs go away from my center. When my legs are all the way out, I make sure that my glutes are engaged. Same breath, inhale out, exhale in. Give me 2 more. If you feel strained to that neck, please put your head back down. 1 more. And now I'm going to flex my heels and lead with my heels. 10 and 9. Inhale. Exhale. You are up and over that top rib cage. If your head is lifted, shoulders are off the mat, base of the shoulder blade is on. I think we have 4 more left. Here's 4 and 3 and 2. Keep the legs out, head comes down, feet go all the way up. Point your toes and then flex your heels. Point, 2, 3, flex, 2, 3. Belly is still scooping in and up. Lower back is heavy on the mat. Feel the back of your knees pressing up against an imaginary wall. And there should be no strain to the shoulders, neck, or traps. And we'll just do 2 more, pointing for 3 counts, and flexing, and 1 more. We point, we flex, and I'm going to draw my knees back in. I'm going to press my legs straight up to the ceiling. My belly is going to go deeper, and then slide it back down. Opposition, legs are going up, core is going down. Now on this one, I'm going to take my eyes to my belly. You don't have to. I'm going to reach my arms up and slide my hands down the band until they're parallel to my mat and right by my hips. Then I'm going to start to pump my 100. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 10. In through the nose, out through the lips. And inhale and exhale. The head does not have to be lifted, but if it is, up and over that top rib cage, shoulders off the mat. Feel those armpit muscles firing in the backs of our arms. We're halfway there. Keep pressing those legs up into that band. Yes. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale. And exhale. We have 1 more to go. Inhale. And exhale. Bend the elbows and bend the knees. Nicely done. So I'm going to walk my hands higher up and pull those elbows back down. So my knees are way in. My back is heavy. My elbows are down into my side. And my neck is nice and long. In one movement, I'm going to curl the eyes to my belly and press my legs out. Draw the knees in and then push your head down. In one movement, everything moves. Inhale, 2, 3. Exhale, first the knees and then the head. Press everything out. Make sure we're not dragging that head off the floor. Bend your knees in and then release your head. We'll do 1 more. Press everything out. Bend the knees and return back home. Sit those legs straight up, nice and slow, anchoring down that lower back a little more. I'm going to press my legs down for 2. Resist up for 2. My pelvis should not move as I'm lowering my legs. If it does, you're lowering the legs too far. We inhale to exhale. Now lengthen those arms up again. Slide those arms further down. And I'm going to press down as my legs go out and then bring them back to where they started. And I'm going to push my arms down with my legs and then bring it back up. And I press down to the mat and lift up. And 1 more. Down to the mat and lift up. Take the band off your feet and tabletop your legs. My band now is shoulder width apart. If this is straining to your back, feel free to place your feet down on the mat. Okay? So I'm going to nod my chin to my chest, reach my band for my shins. Keeping my shins still, I'm going to pull the band down, release, and return back home. Nod the chin to your chest. Inhale as I lift. Exhale down. Inhale to exhale. Inhale, reach long. Exhale, pull strong. Inhale to exhale. One more, please. Chin to chest. Press it down. And this time, place your feet all the way down to the mat. Keep the arms still. Float the knees towards me. Keep the shoulders heavy. Keep the core engaged. And fold it back up to center. Other direction, we inhale. And we exhale. Now slide that band till my hands are again slightly past the shoulders. Now pull the band apart as the knees float towards me. That's an inhale. Exhale back up. Inhale again, float the knees away, reach long, and come back up. One more each side. Inhale, open and lengthen. Exhale. Last one. Opposite direction. Hug those knees into your chest and rock yourself all the way up. Lengthen your legs, and we're going to do rowing 1 with our bands. So we're going to take the band again behind the feet. Try to have the toes in the band. I'm going to make an X with my band. And I'm going to pull my hands to my sternum. And my band should be tight enough to be like a guitar string. Okay? So I'm nice and tall. My shoulders are down my back. I'm going to draw my chin to my chest, pull my belly button in, and C curve back. Take that band with you. Tuck, tuck, tuck. Now hold right about here. Make sure you don't have your shoulders up to your ears. Open the band out to a V. And here's where I'm going to change my hand grip to thumb and finger. My thumb is going to rotate down. My knuckles will come behind me onto the mat. Shoulders are away from the ears. Lift the arms up as high as you can. Circle around, knuckle to knuckle. Start to stack your spine as you bring that band back to your sternum. I exhale. Keep the band with you. Keep the band against you. We're melting, not collapsing. Inhale, open. My fingers get long so I can rotate back. Exhale. Lift up. And as my arms go forward, my belly scoops deeper. My band gets loose. That's okay. Connect the knuckles. Stack your spine. Bring those knuckles to your sternum. That's an inhale coming up. Exhale. Round. Tuck, tuck, tuck. Open up. Inhale. Flip those palms. Palms face the ceiling. Catch raindrops. Lift the raindrops up. Dump them out. And then bring it back up for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, now I'm going to hold my ends with one hand. Grab my ball. I'm going to bend my knees and take that ball right to the middle of my back. Okay. All right, so I'm going to uncrisscross so I have room for my band, okay, my legs. So my legs are 1 fist width apart. So first thing is first, I'm going to do a bicep curl right here. 1, and lengthen my arms. Here's 2. So I still have that chin towards my chest. I should feel no strain to my neck. If I do, I can take that ball higher up my back. I can lie on my back. I can sit up. So you pick what's not going to strain your back or your neck. And I go 4 more. Here's 3. Watch that neck, chin towards the chest. 2 and 1. Now I'm going to add on to this. I'm going to turn my palms in. I'm going to do a bicep curl. I'm going to reach my arms back as I arch over my ball. I'm going to circle my arms, carefully draw my chin to my chest, and I start all over again. So this is the only time here my arms are bent. I'm going to press as I go over my ball. Circle the arms. Draw the chin to your chest. My arms are still straight. And now I bend. I press over. I circle, draw my chin to my chest. Move slowly. Curl. Press. Circle. Curl. Inhale. To exhale. Let's just do one more. Curl it in. Press as I arch over. Circle. Chin goes back to the chest. I'm going to straighten my legs. Bicep curl, come off my ball. Sit tall. From here, connect your heels in a Pilates V. Okay? I'm going to hinge back. Don't change my arms. Come back up. Release the arms down. Bring them back up. 90 degrees right here. Sit taller as you come up. Now it's not a C curve, it's a hinge. I come back up and I lower my arms down. I inhale up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. I know your shoulders are saying, come on. Lift up tall. Hinge back. Bring it back up. And then release. Now walk your hands more forward. And as I pull that tighter, I want you to zip up the spine taller. Palms are turned in, feet are flexed. Drive the elbows back, and then lengthen long. Slouching is never an option, so we're up nice and tall. If I drive my elbows back too fast, my muscles don't even know they're working. Think of the chest going more forward as the elbows drive back. You want to squeeze those posture muscles back there. Inhaling and exhaling. Two more. Belly is going in and up. Crown of the head is reaching longer. And last one, we inhale and we exhale. Take the band off and we'll bring it behind us on our mat. Take a step back with your glutes and sit on top of your band. I'm going to slide my hands down until I have just enough resistance where I can have my hands by my chest. I'm going to point my Pilates stance, the back of my knees are pressing down on my mat, and I'm slightly hinged forward, and I'm nice and light on my sits bones. I'm going to lift that band up to a diagonal. Slide my fingers down the wall in front of me. Bring them back up the wall and circle around. And bend the elbows. Here's the breath. Inhale, my spine goes up. Now keep it up as I exhale down. I didn't change my spine. I inhale up, open the chest and shoulders, and come back to the hands by the chest. Inhale, lift up, exhale, lower. Sit taller, inhale up, and exhale. Release the band and slide your hands down to your ankles. Grab onto whatever you can, whether it's a shin, a thigh, an ankle, and just pull that torso a little closer. Gorgeous. Now keep your hands where they are, but lengthen your spine. It's going to be in a diagonal, nice and long. And then from here, let it round again, like you're going over that beach ball again. And here, I'm going to zip it up. Shoulders go down, belly in and up. And release. And last one. We zip it up, 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 and release. And now I'm going to stack my spine all the way up, and my hands will slide along my mat. And grab back onto my band, slide it out from underneath my seat. And here, my favorite way to sit is your crisscross position. It does not pull for your knees or your hips. You can keep your legs straight out. So we're going to do hug a tree. So I have my band at the base of my armpit. And again, I'm not slouching. I'm trying to lift up. Feel like you're sitting on thumbtacks. Take the arms out beside you in your peripheral vision. I'm pinching my band with my thumb and second finger. My arms are not completely straight. They are soft.
I'm going to slide my hands across that shelf and then resist, push away the arms. Hug a big oak tree, inhale. Exhale, push away the forest. We inhale, arms go out, belly goes in, and then we exhale. Now reverse the breath. Exhale as I lengthen and push out. Inhale to stretch back over. Exhale, navel goes in deeper. Inhale. 2 more, please. Think of the crown of the head holding up that ceiling. And 1 more. Exhale. 2 inhale. And release. Okay, take the band out from behind you. Off to the side for a second. We're going to take that ball, and we're going to take it all the way to the tippy top of our shoulder blades. And we're going to lie down on that mat. Now we can grab our band. Band's optional. So here, the band's a little, the ball is a little higher, so my chest is more lifted. Maybe it's easier on the neck. If I'm lying, keep sliding that ball up and rest your head on the ball, okay? All right, so I'm going to hold this band shoulder width apart. It's going to be reaching through my thighs. My wrists, it's very important that you keep them straight and you don't let the tension on the band flex back, and you'll see what I'm talking about. So I'm going to drive one leg into the band, put it back down. I drive the other leg, place it back down. Drive it, place it down. Exhale, inhale. So my arms are staying locked. Now, if this is working for you and this feels pretty good, you can stay here. Otherwise, I take a knee in, the other leg is going to kick out, and I'm going to keep switching. Now it's single leg stretch. Drive one leg as you lengthen the other. My wrists are straight, fingers are straight. We'll breathe. Inhale, 2, exhale. Good. And inhale, 2, exhale. One more set. Inhale, 2, exhale. Place that foot down. Place this foot down. Bring those arms behind you. Give me a nice little stretch. Nod the chin to your chest. Start to bring those arms back up. And I hug my knees in. All right, so I'm going to reach that band now for my ankles. I'm going to reach my arms back. Hold it here. I'm going to tug my arms and my legs. Open, close, return the band to your ankles. I reach everything back. Open, close, come back in. Wrap your thighs, squeeze your booty. Open, close. Keep that chin to your chest. Inhale, boop, boop. Exhale. 2 more. Lengthen. Open, close. I'm only going as wide as my mat. 1 more time. Inhale, open, close, and release. I'm going to reach back again, feet down. Rest my head on my ball. That's okay with my neck and my back. I bring everything back in, and this time I'm going to put my band off to the side. I'm going to grab onto my right ankle and zip that ankle straight up. Press the opposite leg out for single leg scissors. Pull, pull, switch. Pull, pull. Inhale, whoop, exhale. Inhale, switch, exhale. Eyes to the belly, and really try to have those legs super straight. Inhale, switch, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Boom, boom, switch, boom, boom. 1 more each leg. Hold this one here. Take both legs up. Hands go behind the head. We're going to go down, 2, 3, zip it up. So we're not laying on our mat doing this double leg stretch, right? So we don't go as low, right? So laying on our backs, we probably could go lower. 1, 2, 3, zip it up. 1, 2, 3, zip it up. Inhale, 2, 3. Can you feel that core working harder as you go away from it? Oh yeah. 1 more. 1, 2, 3. Place your feet down.
And we'll stretch over the ball. Choose wisely how far you go. Nod the chin to your chest and draw the knees way back in. Now you're going to turn that back shoulder towards me and press that leg you just turned away from out. And then we'll switch and switch and switch. These are not easy up here on this ball. One more each side. I exhale, inhale, exhale, feet down, and stretch. Over that ball. Now press those legs. We'll curl the eyes of the belly first. We'll do that first. And then press those legs straight out. Now I still have that C-curve position, chin to chest. Yes? Now once you take that leg that's closest to me, take it off the floor and lower it. Other leg, lift up and down. So I'm always executing first from the core and then down. Lift and then down. Last one. Now reach your arms for your toes. Start to lighten off that ball. And we're going to sit all the way up. Keep those arms sliding across that shelf. Now open the legs up for our spine stretch. So ideal is the legs are long, heels are flexed, and we're sitting tall. That doesn't work for everybody. So if you need to, you bend your knees, but you sit up super tall. Or maybe you roll up the back of your mat, or maybe you sit on top of your ball. But I want you to be as tall as you can to start. We're going to inhale up. On the exhale, peel off the wall until you get to the middle of your back. So from the middle of my back down to my tail, it should be nice and flat and long. Now scoop that belly in, squeeze the butt, inner thighs are engaged. Inhale, back up that wall. And then we'll exhale, chin to chest, navel presses in, and I stretch long. Inhale up, and we exhale, scoop that belly in and up. Inhale up, shoulders melt, and then we exhale. This is my last one. I'm just going to stack my spine. Inhale, 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 inhale. On the exhale, lower the arms down to your mat. Okay, reach behind you and grab your ball. And we're going to place it right at the bottom. Okay? And then give it a little bit of a flick. Then we're going to lean back, and I'm going to bend my knees like a frog. I'm going to balance and grab onto the outside of my ankles. I'm going to zip these legs up, and they're going to be apart. Okay, so it's open leg walker. So I'm going to balance up here my sitting bones. I'm coming off that ball a little bit. Then I'm going to rock onto my ball. I'm going to lift up. I'm going to rock on. So here is what I want you to do with your eyes. You come up, you look over the fence. Coming down, you look into your belly and you round. And we lift up. We inhale down. Exhale up. We keep those legs reaching long. I rock back in that C curve. I come up more of a long spine. Two more. Inhale back. Exhale up. And one more. Inhale back. And exhale up. Bring the legs together. Then I want you to drop just one leg down. One leg is down. And then bend the other leg in. Take the hands behind you. Now, I don't have enough room behind me, so I'm going to have to break my flow and move more forward. But what you do is push back until your pelvis is on top of that ball. All right, so I don't want it under the chunk of your lower back where you're in that arch. Okay, it's underneath your pelvis. So we're going to do corkscrew. So the legs are together in Pilates feet. We're going to go a little bit towards our screen, come down a little bit, go away from the screen, and center. Reverse, over, down, around, hold, over, down, around, hold, over, down, around, Now let's add on to this only if you want. You can keep alternating circles. What I'm going to do here is make sure my thumbs are on my ball. I'm going to peel myself off my ball, zip up my legs, roll back down. My legs will stop at 90. I'll circle to my screen, away from my screen. Make sure my thumbs are on the ball. I roll over, zip it up, roll it down. Then I take my legs away from my screen, towards my screen. Make sure my thumbs are by my ball. I peel off, zip up, shoulders are pushing down, roll it down. One more set to my screen. Inhale, exhale away. Thumbs touch that ball. I roll over, I zip it up. And my last one, I go away from my screen, down and around. Thumbs touch that ball. Now from here, I'm going to zip it up. I pull that ball out. I roll all the way down and sit up. Take the legs apart. I'm going to shove the ball in my upper inner thigh to where I can still have my legs apart, but have a little bit of pressure on the ball. Okay? So again, we're nice and tall. We're not sitting heavy on those sits bones. Open the arms out like a T. Shoulders again are just resting on top of the rib cage. Back of your knees. Push them into the mat. My heels are flexed. Rotate towards me. Inhale. On the exhale, soft your baby toe. Look at your back hand. I lift up. I rotate, 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 rotate. Soft the baby toe. This opposite foot cheek needs to push down. I lift up, inhale, to exhale. Lift up, rotate. So the goal of this exercise and the purpose of this exercise is to get that spine in a nice rotation. Exhale, use your breath. Inhale, but I also can feel my hamstrings stretching as well. Exhale. And we'll bring it up this time on the inhale, and the exhale will release those arms. Okay, take that ball out and come onto your stomach. So we're going to do things with the ball and the band, but not a whole lot of either one. So we're going to reach those arms nice and long. Back issues, lower back issues, take the legs further apart. Otherwise, sits bone width apart. I'm reaching those arms nice and long. This is not a break for your belly. So I'm still engaging that core. Think of making a house for a mouse. I'm going to start by lifting my forehead up, drawing the ball towards me by my shoulders rolling down, and I keep peeling up and my belly button stays on the mat with this one. And I roll it back down, lengthening my spine and exhaling all the air out. I start to roll the ball towards me. I'm lifting my head first, then my chest, then my rib cage. My neck is in line with my spine. Make sure that's happening. I'm just going to do one more. Squeeze your seat. Melt the shoulders. My wrist should be straight. And I come back down. Release the ball. Put the hands on the mat. And slowly transition to a child's pose. And we'll set up for another swan-like exercise with our band. And anything done with a band can be done without the band. So I'm going to lie this band about 2 feet away from the top edge of my mat. I'm going to lay the top of my sternum on that band. I'm going to pinch my band with my thumb and second finger. I'm going to slide my hands down to each edge of the mat. Belly button is pulling in, and the crown of my head is reaching long. Keeping my head still down on the mat, I'm going to press these arms out west to east and make sure your wrists are straight and the fingers are straight. On an inhale, I'm going to lift up my head and chest and pull the band back. My pinkies are trying to reach towards each other. And then I exhale, keep those arms parallel to the floor, but come back home. And inhale, squeeze your blades. Exhale, return. And inhale, reach. Exhale, return. And one more. Inhale, reach. Exhale, return. And bend those arms back in. And slowly stretch back into your child's pose.
Hang tight, there's a spider on the floor.
Uh-oh.
I can deal with ants, I can't deal with spiders. I'm sorry, I had to kill it, I'm sorry.
That's all right.
I tried to ignore it, couldn't do it. Okay, can we breathe now for a second? Oh, good Lord. Okay, I want you to come up to a high kneel. Come up to a high kneel. We're going to use our band and our ball. Okay, I'll get myself back together. Take the ball between the thighs. And we're going to take the band behind our back. Or you know what? Hang tight. We'll do chest expansion first. All right, then we'll do thigh stretch. All right, so if you are having some issues with your knees when we're pushing, roll your mat up, right? You can also do this standing. All right, so I hold my band shoulder width apart. Everything in the back of my body is engaged. So I'm pushing my hips forward, engaging my hamstrings and my glutes. Okay? I'm gonna pull my band down and through my thighs. So it feels like your chest is going through a door frame, and then return those arms to parallel. The ball is gonna keep my center line active. So I'm gently pressing into that ball. I inhale back, squeeze the blades, exhale, return. Now I'm gonna add on to the next one. Inhale to exhale. Now this time, I'm going to inhale, pull the band back, now lock it there. Now look to the screen on an exhale. Keep the exhale going, look center, away from the screen, center, and back up. So that was all one big long exhale. Now I'm going to reverse which way I look. Inhale. Now exhale away from the screen, center, towards the screen, center, and return. Now I'm going back to the screen. Inhale, exhale, center, away, center, return. And one more, don't forget, pull back, open, inhale, exhale, away, center, screen, center, good. Now I'm going to sit back, take that band behind the base of my armpit again. This is thigh stretch. You're going to feel a stretch on the thigh, front of the thigh, as well as by the knee. I'm going to come back, I'm going to tuck my tail, pull my belly in, come up with control. Okay. So as I hinge back, and I'll do it first, and you can join me. What's going to happen is I'm going to hinge back, and I bring my elbows back forward. So everything has to go with you. So it's like you're leaning up against a big broomstick, and you're keeping everything against that broomstick as it leans back. So inhale, dig those knees forward. Exhale, your core better be engaged. And I kind of like to look at something that's in front of me down, so I don't throw my head back. Press out, inhale to exhale, and one more. Inhale to exhale. I'm going to keep the band here as I sit back in that child's pose. So I'm going to feel my back pressing into that band as I feel my arms lengthening away. Love this band. I want you to come up to a high kneel and take those arms out like T. We're going to inhale first, twist towards your screen, exhale, one, further, two. Inhale, center, exhale away, one, two. Inhale, keep that band tight, keep that ball tight, one, two. Inhale, exhale. One more each side. Shoulders are relaxed. Inhale, exhale, one, two, and release. All the way down to your mat. You can keep the ball between your knees. You can keep the band behind your back. And we're going to lay down. All right, so the closer I hold my hands to my body, the more the band will be tight, okay?
So if I do a little chest press up, I test and see, is it tight enough? Is it too tight? Is it too loose? I'm just pressing up, bending the elbows wide. My navel goes in deeper as my arms go away from the center. Exhale, and an inhale. Exhale. Now I'm going to add on. When my arms lift up, my whole spine is going to lift up. When my arms go down, the whole spine just lowers. Press through the tripod of your feet. Make sure you're squeezing your seat. Open the hips. Press the shoulders down. Exhale and inhale. There should be no pressure on your neck, and the back of your head is lightly pressing into the mat. 4 more, and come down. Keep that ball tight. Exhale. Inhale, don't forget to breathe. 2 more. Press and return. And press and return. Let go of the band and place your arms to your side. Bridge back up again. Hold here. Now make sure there's no pressure on your neck and that your lower back is okay. The leg furthest from your screen is going to press out. I'm going to squeeze into my ball. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Place that foot down. Fix your bridge. The other leg lengthens out. Hips are still in a straight line. And press in your center line. 3, 2, 1. Place that foot down. Fix your bridge. Other leg presses out. And we press. 4. Belly, inner thighs and glutes. 2, 1. Fix that bridge each time. Take that leg out. And we press. 4, 3, 2, 1. Fix that bridge. Take the arms all the way behind you. Keep them there. Give me an inhale. And on the exhale, lengthen the spine. Vertebrae by vertebrae, taking your time, tucking your tail. And then hug your knees into the chest and give a little gentle rock side to side. Nicely done. Then we're going to rock ourselves up. And remove the ball. Okay, go back to our band. So we're going to be on our side, and we're going to take the band behind our top foot. So try to have the foot in the center as best as you can. And we're going to hold that band in one hand. We'll come all the way down to our mat, to the very back edge of our mat. And you can either prop your head up or lay all the way down on that arm. But make sure you've got hip over hip. Slide the feet to the front edge of your mat and lift your top leg up to hip height and then place it back down. As you lift this leg up, the bottom leg is pushing down. My bottom rib cage is staying light on my mat and my shoulders are relaxed. And I'll do 1 more and I'll stay up this time. On an exhale, I'm going to slide my leg forward. On an inhale, I slide it back. So my leg is like a pendulum on a clock, and it's staying hip height. I keep that band nice and tight, and I make sure I include the breath. I exhale, I inhale. If it would feel better, you can also put the ball right beside your head and rest your head on the ball, and then your bottom hand can just lay on the mat. Stack your legs. And take that top kneecap, rotate to the ceiling, up and down. I inhale up, and I lengthen and scoop that belly in and up. Inhale, 2, exhale. I press that bottom leg down in up position. And I use my breath. I inhale, exhale to deepen the scoop in my belly. Last one. And I take it now, and I hover hip height. And I circle right over that foot. I don't go in front of it or behind it. I'm circling right over the foot. And I'm brushing sand off that foot. 3, 2, now reverse. Now each circle, my legs should be trying to get longer. It's like a coil. And I go 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Now I'm going to take that band off. Now I think I can reach my ball with my foot. I'm gonna roll it over here. Now I'm gonna rest my knee on that ball. So I'll give my hip a nice little break. Now my bottom leg, that inner thigh, is gonna work. So I'm gonna hover that foot off my mat, and my heel is slightly higher than my toes. I'm gonna lift up and down, up and down. Again, my bottom rib cage here is staying light. You are more than welcome at any time to rest the head down. Sometimes my wrist gets tired. You're pulling that navel in and up. Take your time and let this leg be heavy on the ball. Don't fight that. I'm gonna go 3 and 2. Now I'm gonna hold this one up, point your toes, and pulse as high as you can go. 7. Belly, inner thighs, and glutes. 4, 3, 2. Now hold it there. Flex your foot. Pulse 8 more and try to get a little higher. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take that ball between your ankles. Lengthen the legs out and come onto your belly. And I'm going to make a nice little pillow with my 2 hands. My legs are reaching long. My belly button is still pulling strong away from that mat. I'm going to lift my legs off the mat, keep them there. Now I'm going to press gently into my ball. 30, 29, 28, 27. My glutes are firing. They're not going to stop. Just like my belly button isn't going to stop pulling in. You got 20 more. Feel the length in the legs. 10, 9, 8, and 7, and 6, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands underneath the armpits and stretch back in your child's pose. Beautifully done. And now we're going to go to the other side. All right, so I lay on my other side. My ball is always where I can reach it. And we're going to put that band behind our top foot. Grab both ends in one hand and lie along the back edge of your mat. So make sure that your hips are stacked and we slide our feet to the top edge. I keep this band nice and tight, and I'm going to press my top leg hip height and then come back down. So make sure the shoulder that's holding the band, that hand, that shoulder should be relaxed. It's so common for it to be here. Make sure it's anchored and attached to the rib cage. I'm pushing my bottom leg down as I lift this top leg up. Now hold this one here and we'll slide across the front and to the back. So we're back onto that pendulum again. Exhale, press into that band, lengthen, inhale. Belly scoops, glute and back of the thigh fire. Exhale, inhale. Get a nice flexion and extension of that hip. And one more. Exhale. Inhale, stack the legs. That top kneecap rotates to the ceiling. Lies a feather, we come up. Now here is the work. Now we don't just lower that leg, we're lengthening it and trying to get heel on top of heel. I'm pushing that bottom leg down. I breathe, I inhale as I exhale. 2 more. And lengthen. 1 more, and I'm gonna hover my leg, hip height, my feet are in the same direction. I circle forward, and I'm staying over that bottom foot. And with each circle, my leg is trying to reach longer and reverse, and my belly is scooping in and up deeper. And we go 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. I release my band, and I grab onto that ball, and I rest my bent knee on it. I'm going to hover that bottom leg. I'm going to lift and lower. My heel should be slightly higher than my toes. Now, if your wrist needs that break, lay here. I might as well just stay here now. The bottom rib cage is staying light. It's engaged. I'm not fighting with this leg. It's just resting on that ball. 3. Inner thighs are working. 2. Now hold this one up. Point the toes and pulse. 2, 3. Shoulders relaxed. 4, 3, 2. Hold it. Flex the heel. Now pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're not going to do our belly beats again, so we'll stack the legs and bring ourselves back up. Woo! All right, turn to face your feet. We're going to take that ball. We're going to start with the ball first. So I got this track here. My legs are 1 fist width apart. My arms are long, and I'm not here because the ball will be going down my shin, so I'm slightly back in that diagonal. Arms are still going to stay long. I'm going to tuck my tail. I'll come all the way down. And I draw my chin to my chest. Find that lower back on the mat and bring yourself back up. Good. And then bring it back down. So I'm gently pressing into the ball. Now another option is just to lift up the head and shoulders and to come back down. Another option is to put the ball behind you, and I come down so far, and I come up, but I stay on that ball. So this is another option if we're struggling and coming back up. We'll just do one more. Roll it back, exhale. Inhale. And then roll it all the way forward to release the breath. And then stack back up. And then we're going to grab onto our band for another variation, the teaser. So if you have a back issue, you might want to keep the ball behind you and keep doing what we just did. But you're more than welcome to try this. But a beginner should not try this. So I'm going to reach my legs out long. Arms are long. I'm going to come back. I'm not going to lay my head down. I'm going to go to the base of my shoulder blade. And now my feet are floating off the mat. And my eyes and toes are in the same plane. Right here, I should be able to feel that lower back. Keeping my arms and legs straight. I'm going to peel myself up on an inhale. Exhale, hover, nice and long. And I inhale up, so the band can help a little bit. Exhale, tuck your tail and lengthen. And we inhale up. Now I'll always give you another variation. So this time I'm going to come up, and my legs will press into the band and come back up. Into the band, come back up. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Hover. Another variation. Come back up. My arms will row for 3, 2. Now the last challenge. Come back down to a hover. Pull yourself back up. Now do 3 legs again. 3, 2, 1. Now do 3 pulls. 3. Now I'm not going to lay back down. I'm going to let my legs fall to the mat. I'm going to round forward and just grab onto whether it's my ankles, my feet, press the back of my knees down, head is heavy, and shoulders are relaxed. And stack your spine back up, take the band with you. We're going to come back onto our stomach for swimming. Yay. Okay. So the arms are not going to be swimming like the legs are. I'm going to reach those arms out, and I'm going to hold the band shoulder width apart. So it's tight like a guitar string again. My legs are sitting bone width apart. My belly button is pulling in. I'm going to lift everything up. Everything comes up, and I come back down. Now, as I'm coming up, I'm just going to give a little tug on my band. I feel that armpit muscle firing, and I come back down. I lift back up. Notice my neck is in line with my spine. It is not hyperextending. Come back down. I'm going to add on to this one. I lift up. I give a little tug here. Now my legs are going to swim. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep that band tight. And one more set. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. And release. Let go of your band. And stretch back into that child's pose. Scoop that belly and round that back. Now I'm going to take my knees wide as my mat to really release those hips and stretch back. And I'm really going to release those arms more towards the top edge of my mat. I'm going to be pressing out to a plank. I'm going to use my thighs, my glutes, my core, my back, my shoulders. It's pretty much a full body thing here. I'm going to press out into that plank and hold long and strong. Take the leg closest to the screen, lift it up. The opposite heel, flex back and points, flex back and points, and then lower that leg back down. Other leg lifts up parallel to the floor. I flex that heel, point, flex, point, put it down. Lift, 1, 2, put it down. Lift, flex, 1, 2, put it down. One more each leg, lift, flex, flex, put it down. Other side, flex, flex, good. Lower to the knees, stretch back and take those wrists and release them behind you. Good. Now come back out of that plank position, please. The hand furthest from your screen is going to come more towards the center. If you need a modification, the leg that matches that hand will go down, the knee will go down. Otherwise, I'm going to lift up. I'm going to lower it down and lift it back up and stretch over. I'm going to hover my hips. I'm going to lift up and over. One more, I'm going to hover, lift up and over, and then return back to your regular plank. And my hands now are shoulder width apart. I'm going to take the hand closest to my screen towards the center. If I need to, I put my leg closest to my screen down like this, okay? I rotate my back to my screen. I lift up. I lower down. I lift up. Exhale down. Inhale, squeeze into that armpit, lift the hip. One more. Stay here on the exhale, rotate back around. And hold that plank for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower to your knees and stretch back and curl those fingertips to your wrists.
Sorry about that.
Good. Okay, so we're going to flip to our hip. You're going to stack your knees for Mermaid. How are we doing on time? Okay. So if you can't sit tall with your knees this close, separate them apart. Okay, we're going to finish up here. So zip up the spine. We're going to inhale, stretch over. Now your obliques have to hold you up. My palms are up here. Now I just drop this elbow and forearm to the floor. I keep my hip pressing towards my heel that I'm stretching away from. My obliques have to fire to come back up and hold. Hook on, inhale, to exhale. Last one, up and over, inhale, to exhale. Now take the hands behind you, swing those legs around. Did you stay in your powerhouse? Hopefully you did. Grab onto your top shin. Shoulders are melted, spine is lengthened. Now press into that shin as leverage to pull you over. Exhale, hold. Up and over. Inhale, anchor that hip down. Exhale. Hook on, get a nice side stretch. There's opposition going on here too. This arm is going up. This hip is pushing down. Good. And then we bring it back up. And we're coming onto our hands and knees. Here we are. Connect your heels. Hike your seat and lengthen the legs. Press those heels down to the floor. Walk the hands in. 3, 2, 1. Stay here. Now walk them back out. 3, into a plank. Let's do some tricep push-ups. You don't have to do these at all. You can also lower to your knees, right? We're going to inhale, exhale, 3. Inhale, exhale, 2. Inhale, exhale, 1. Hike up your seat without moving your hips. Take your arms back. 3, 2, 1. We're going to slowly peel ourselves up off the floor.
Roll those shoulders up, back, and down. And then let's reverse them. Forward and down. Last one. And you have made it. Woo!
Thanks, Judy.
I feel better. How about you?
Oh, yeah.